You wake up, and the world greets you, not as it is, but as it seems to be. You don't realize it yet, but everything you're perceiving is passing through a filter. That filter? It's thought. Not just active thinking, but a constant, quiet hum in the background, shaping colors, moods, meanings. You see a tree, but you're not seeing it freshly. You're seeing your idea of a tree. You hear someone speak, but you're really hearing your interpretation of their words. Every sound, image, feeling, it's all touched by memory, language, expectation. What would the world be like without this filter? Who would you be without it? This isn't about escaping thought, but beginning to see how thoroughly it shapes your reality. When you realize that, a subtle space opens up. In that space, you begin to watch, not just the world, but your relationship to it. You've been taught to trust your thoughts, to believe that what you think is what's true. But pause for a moment. What if thought is only a reflection, not reality itself? Like a mirror that warps the image ever so slightly, enough to change your experience without you realizing it. You think you're reacting to the world, but more often, you're reacting to your thoughts about the world. A fear arises, not from what is, but from what might be. A memory plays, and suddenly, you're not here, you're there. This filtering isn't a flaw. It's how your mind has learned to protect, to predict, to explain. But explanations are not experience. When you begin to see thought as a lens, not a fact, something remarkable happens. You become less entangled. You watch instead of identify. You sense, gently, a deeper layer underneath it all. That's where we're going. Your mind is like a vast storyteller, weaving narratives from fragments of your past, hopes, and fears. These stories shape how you see yourself and the world around you. But stories are not reality. They are interpretations, often limited and biased. Imagine stepping outside that storyteller's voice, observing it instead of believing it. This shift isn't easy. The stories feel familiar, comforting even. Yet, when you distance yourself from them, you find a quiet space, pure awareness beneath the chatter. In that space, reality isn't a story anymore. It's raw and direct, uncolored by judgment or expectation. You begin to realize that much of your suffering arises not from what is happening, but from the story you tell about what is happening. This understanding invites a gentle curiosity about your thoughts, an openness to question what you have always assumed to be true. You might notice that your thoughts often repeat patterns, loops of worry, judgment, or hope. These patterns create a kind of lens that distorts your experience. When you feel trapped or overwhelmed, it's usually because you're caught in this mental loop. But here's the gentle truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. This distinction is subtle but profound. It means you have a choice, a space between thought and experience where you can simply observe without reacting. In that space, your experience shifts. The intensity softens. The noise quiets. You start to see that thoughts come and go like clouds drifting across the sky. They are temporary shapes, not the vastness itself. And within this vastness lies a deeper reality, untouched by thought's filters, a reality waiting quietly for your attention. You often believe that your thoughts reveal who you truly are, but consider this. Thoughts are fleeting visitors, not permanent residents. You are the awareness that hosts these visitors. When you identify too closely with your thoughts, you lose sight of the silent witness behind them. This witness is steady, unchanging, and always present, no matter what stories your mind spins. It's like the calm surface beneath a restless sea. By shifting your attention from the noise to this stillness, you begin to experience reality more directly. The barriers built by thought, fear, judgment, confusion start to dissolve. You start to sense that beneath the mental chatter lies a peaceful, timeless essence. This essence is your true nature, the unfiltered reality that thought often hides. Recognizing this presence changes everything. It's not about eliminating thought, but about seeing it for what it is, a passing shadow on the wall of your consciousness. Your thoughts shape your reality so deeply that you rarely question their influence. But what if you could gently step back and witness them without judgment? Imagine watching your thoughts like leaves floating down a stream, coming into view, drifting by, then fading away. This simple practice reveals that thoughts are transient, not fixed truths. As you observe, the grip they have on your emotions and reactions begins to loosen. You start to feel a quiet freedom, a spaciousness where experience unfolds without constant interpretation. This space is where ultimate reality begins to shine through. It's a place beyond the chatter, where presence itself becomes vivid. In this presence, the world isn't just a collection of filtered images, but a living, breathing reality, raw, vibrant, and whole. This gentle witnessing is your invitation to explore deeper than thought, to find a connection that transcends the mind. Have you noticed how your thoughts often tell you who you should be, what you should do, or how things must be? These mental commands create pressure and limit your freedom. But what if you could meet these thoughts with kindness instead of resistance? Instead of fighting or fleeing from them, try welcoming them as curious visitors, without needing to obey or reject. This changes your relationship with thought from one of control to one of awareness. You realize thoughts are not orders, they are passing phenomena within your experience. When you soften into this awareness, the tension dissolves. You feel lighter, freer, more grounded. This space allows you to experience reality beyond the confines of mental rules, closer to what truly is. The ultimate reality isn't demanding or strict. It is open, expansive, and inviting you to simply be. Your thoughts create meaning, but they also create separation between you and others, between you and the world. This separation feels real because you've lived with it for so long. Yet, beneath these divisions lies a deeper unity. When you begin to see thoughts as filters, not facts, you glimpse this unity. The boundaries you once believed unbreakable start to soften. You recognize that the other you fear or judge is as much a part of reality as you are. This realization is not just intellectual, it's a felt experience, a subtle opening of the heart. In that opening, you connect more deeply with yourself and the world. You begin to sense the interconnectedness that ultimate reality speaks of, a reality beyond thought where division dissolves into oneness. There is a quiet power in simply being present without the constant chatter of thought. When you allow yourself to rest in this presence, the filtered world begins to dissolve, revealing what lies beneath. This presence is not something you create. It's your true nature, always available beneath the surface noise. As you practice this, you start to notice moments when reality shines through your mental filters. Brief glimpses of clarity, peace, or connection. These moments are invitations, reminders of the vastness that exists beyond thought. They encourage you to explore deeper, to lean into stillness rather than distraction. Over time, presence becomes your default, not as an escape, but as an embrace of what truly is. This shift transforms how you experience everything: relationships, challenges, joy, and sorrow. You realize that the ultimate reality isn't separate from your life. It is your life, seen without distortion. The world you experience is not just filtered by thought, it is also shaped by your emotions. Feelings color your perception, blending with thoughts to create rich, complex experiences. Joy makes colors brighter. Fear dims them. Yet emotions, like thoughts, are transient waves on the ocean of your awareness. When you identify too closely with emotions, you become caught in their currents. But you are not the emotions themselves. You are the awareness holding them. By learning to observe emotions without being swept away, you find a new kind of freedom. This freedom doesn't mean numbness or detachment. Rather, it means presence with whatever arises. In this presence, you begin to see that ultimate reality embraces all states: calm and storm, light and shadow, without preference. This acceptance is a doorway to peace, where you meet life fully, beyond the filters of thought and feeling. As you approach the final part of this journey, reflect on the profound truth. Everything you experience is filtered by thought. Yet beyond those filters lies a reality untouched by mental constructs. This reality is silent, vast, and immediate. It doesn't depend on your beliefs or stories. When you rest in this awareness, you discover a deep peace that doesn't waver with changing circumstances. This peace is not distant or separate. It is the ground beneath all experience, always present, always available. The ancient masters spoke of this reality, urging seekers to look beyond appearances and mind-made distinctions. Now it's your turn to gently explore this space, to move beyond thought's veil with curiosity and compassion. In doing so, you touch the essence of existence itself, an ultimate reality that is both simple and infinitely profound.